Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with another Reddit story for you, but this one is actually not an AITA story. It is a relationship advice story that ended up on the best of Redditor updates. Here we go. Title of this one is My Boyfriend Won't Stop Telling Me That I Stink. And you know, because it made it all the way here, it's gotta be good. I have been with my boyfriend for over a year and everything has been great except for one thing. Every single day, at least once, he will tell me that I stink and smell of BO, body odor. When we met, I showered every day, applied regular deodorant in the morning, brushed my teeth 3 times a day. Now I am so paranoid about smelling bad that I shower at least twice a day. I apply new industrial strength deodorant every few hours. I have a reminder on my phone, perfume, and I brush my teeth anytime I eat or drink something that isn't water. I feel like I'm going crazy. I didn't think that I smelled bad in the beginning, and I don't think I smell bad now, but obviously I smell bad to him, right? I'm that weirdo that keeps sneakily smelling their own armpits. I have been to the doctor and he has said that there's nothing medically wrong. It has honestly gotten to the point where I literally shove my armpit in my friends and family's faces asking if I smell bad. They all say I don't smell like BO at all. One friend even said I smelled too clean, like a Lush store. If you don't know what a Lush store is, it smells amazing. Check them out. Candy Thunder loves Lush stores. I am getting so paranoid. He won't cuddle or anything when he says I smell. I really don't know what more I can do. Update. So, unexpected edit. I waited for him to make a comment this morning so I could talk to him. It was less than an hour after waking up that he said, "God, you stink." I had already showered and put on deodorant. I snapped and asked what exactly he was smelling because at this point I'm one of the cleanest people on the planet, and if I still smell bad to him, then we should just break up. He got all panicked and upset. I eventually got out of him that this is what his father always said to his mother. Apparently, his father told him that it was a surefire technique to have a woman never leave you because she will feel too low to cheat, will love only you, and will always be clean. Needless to say, his father is wrong. He's packing his things and moving out of my house today. If you found out that your significant other was doing this to you to make you feel like shit and lower your self-esteem to the point where you would just never leave them and always be clean, what would your reaction be? Because I can't imagine that this shit would fly in 2023 with anyone unless they were just so dependent on someone's approval that they were just sucked into it. I don't understand how this would be a good idea at all. Also, him just blindly using his father's techniques, which, by the way, holy crap, feel sorry for this guy's mom. Not to mention the fact that not only did she get treated like this by his dad, but he ended up the same way. I feel doubly sorry for her because she had to put up with it from 2 angles here. I just don't understand how this would be a viable technique for anything, or why you would want to do this to another human being. Let's start there. What kind of malicious intent has to be seated in you for you to want to just beat the self-esteem out of someone to where they're just completely deflated? Maybe it is a self-worth thing on his end. Maybe he feels like he's going to get cheated on unless someone feels like they're just absolutely worthless, which means that's how his dad felt as well, which means that this was passed down. It doesn't make it any better. It doesn't make it okay at all, but there's got to be some kind of reason behind like why you feel like you have to do that to get someone to stay with you. Imagine being so insecure that you had to gaslight someone into thinking that they had horrific body odor so that they would never leave you. Somebody needs a therapist. Bad. This wasn't an am I the asshole thing. We're still going to use the ascon scale because we have to. So we know that OP in this case is not the asshole. Obviously, she was a victim in this situation, but her boyfriend, who she has been with for over a year before all this crap happened, and then found out that he did this, where does this put him on the ascon scale? We've got 4 as you could have done it differently, 3 as you should have done it differently, 2 as you definitely shouldn't have done that, and ascon 1 is you're a terrible human. I don't think there's any point in debating where he might be on here. This is definitely a one-way ticket up to ascon 1. Convincing someone that they smell like shit just so they won't leave you is a shit human thing to do. Absolutely terrible. It's an atrociously stinky thing to do. Smells like therapy. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine doing this to someone. Oh my gosh. For blazing the path, and actually I guess dad went here first. Do it. Take us to ascon 1, Dad. Okay, so Dad blazed the trail, so he technically went first, and the son just followed behind. Not okay. Not okay to do that to anyone at all. And I'm sure it's not body odor that is the most common tactic used here, but I know that belittling someone into thinking that they are worthless so that they'll never leave is a common tactic that is used by many people, and not just dudes. It's something that people who have deep-rooted insecurities and self-esteem issues themselves feel like they have to do to feel worthy of having someone else. It's terrible. It's a terrible, terrible thing to do to another human being. Rapunzel's mom, you could tell we have a toddler. And even before her, our younger girls were all into Tangled back when it came out. And now Navy Thunder, who's 2, loves Tangled as well. And we take special note of Mother Gothel's treatment of Rapunzel and how she gaslights her into believing that she's not worthy of the outside world. And that's why she stays. And I know it happens. That's the crazy part. This is one isolated incident that we're seeing, but it happens to millions of people across the world, and it is incredibly sad. Probably called his dad up and he's like, "Hey, I'm busted and you're busted too. Just thought you should know. I told her where I learned it from, and she's kicking me out. And I'm pretty sure she's going to call mom at some point here and tell her she don't really stink neither." That poor woman, his mom's been going around for like 50 years, like not getting close to people because she doesn't want them to smell her. Until he learns a different way, which is unlikely at this point, right? It's unlikely that he's going to learn a different way to treat someone. He's just going to try the same tactic on the next person, which is garbage. So look out for some brozo that tells you that you stink. He's probably been a subject in our story before, and he's an ascon 1, so just run. Just run, okay? Not to mention the insanity of chemicals that she was just putting on her armpit with industrial grade deodorant. She's got like straight up aluminum. She's just like slapping it on there, slapping it on there. She walks around with freaking like roses like tucked into every pocket. Can you imagine just being convinced that you stink no matter what you do? That would be a terrible, terrible feeling. She's like, "I took 4 bleach baths today, okay? I swear, if I smell like anything, it's cleaner. Okay? It's not me." Poor girl.